everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for April 30th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. When we talk about or begin to understand that we, all of us, are our own saviors. In other words, we come to our own rescue. And I think that, because we've had so much conditioning through the generations, we are turned to think or believe a certain way, and we will begin, as we have been, unraveling this so that we literally can come to the understanding with ourselves that we have the capacity to control, guide, and lead ourselves. We are not in a sequestered existence, even though some believe that they are. This is a prime example of how you can see how powerful our thoughts are when we embrace them and we create them into reality. And as we continue to ascend, levitate, move up into higher densities and frequencies, 50, a lot of us are in 5-dimension frequency. And the only reason that we are is because of how we feel and where we're at with ourselves. If we were still in the low dank densities, we nowhere near 5 density. And it's all frequencies. When we finally understand that, all of these different dimensions are frequencies that we vibrate at. So it allows us to move within those frequencies. If you have a different frequency, let's say that you are 4th dimension frequency, and you wanted to go into 5th, you would not be able to. It was because of your body that you are housed in would not survive at all. It would break apart. It's no different than if we, in 5th density, wanted to go to 6th. We could not, okay? Our bodies would break apart. So, and if you understand the frequency, you can have very low frequency where you move much differently. You have very high frequency, which in turn, like you disappear to some people's vision or view. You're not there because you're in a different frequency and a different density. So when people look, you can, in certain cases, you can see others, but they can't see you. And that's how it works. Now, some people become frightened at this. All of us don't see alike. Some of us see things others don't. Vice versa. So we're in a constant flux, if you will. Our balance is within us. The only way that any of us obtain balance with ourselves is discovering and understanding what we are and who we are, period. And, so many things have been impressed upon us, so many directions. And for the most part, the civilization of this planet has been pretty much subdued for a very long time. And the celebration of the liberation of this planet, and the only liberation that we have, is when we become fully conscious. It's when we understand what direction we, in a way, individually in these bodies and collectively, we're going to go. What direction are we going to take? This has nothing to do with your external influences. Zero to do with your external influences. This has everything to do with you. Period. Now, unfortunately, when we are constantly being bombarded from all angles, and we are, because we have, parts of us, which means other people who are, they're in conflict with things and with themselves. And so since they are part of the whole, or the one, as we are interactive. Now, it doesn't mean that many of us understand that, but we do experience it in different ways. So when we become focused and balanced with ourselves, and we know who and what we are, and we have forgiven ourselves, and we move ourselves into relaxation, and we surrender, and we stay gentle with ourselves, then things take on different form. When you're hurried or stressed or fearful, things take on different form. And so it's a difference, it can be the difference between day and night. The worst thing, I think that I'm sure that you would all agree that we have is, for this civilization, it is fear. And the ironic thing about fear is like everything else, it's just a thought. But we inadvertently embrace it and we move it, we create it into reality, so we move energy into form. Now, what is the fear that so many experience? Bodily harm. That's the fear. Losing their lives. That's the fear. That's because they're disconnected from their God. And, we're in this constant flux of this happening, that happening, this happening, that happening, this happening, that happening. When all along, we could literally eliminate all of the low frequencies collectively. We can literally eliminate them all. And this is not this isn't about revenge, hatred, anger, any of those. That's created by the ego mind. It's created and it is engaged by the love that we are, and that we deem it, that we no longer are with it, which means that the energies that are swirling, we created. It's like the leaders that are in place, we created. That doesn't mean that we knowingly did. Some, yes, but the majority, no. And this has all been done throughout the ages. Now we understand that, and you can feel the vibrational frequency as I talk. You understand that you, all of us, are in command of ourselves. That we are mastering who and what we are. That we choose to live in bliss, in joy, and peace. That we choose to be gentle with ourselves, kind with ourselves, generous with ourselves, and humble with ourselves. That we choose to be in benevolence and tranquility. This is all in a relaxed state. And we surrender to the God within. Understand that the God is pure consciousness. And that when each of us begin to plug in to the source that was always there, it will literally open us up to communicate with all the particles of existence. And what are the particles of existence? It's everything. It's wherever you choose to go. It's whatever you choose to experience. You know, we're all curious beings in nature, by our own nature, and we like to discover and find out things that we don't know. I think one of the biggest draws with this civilization is information, probably the most, whether it's dishonest information or honest information. So we could say dishonest devil information and honest God information. So when we progress, as we're doing, you find yourself not really desiring to embrace this existence. And I don't mean you being in the body, I mean the frequencies that swirl around us. We don't care for that. So we look upward, forward, to create our haven, our place of relaxation, comfort, and goodness. And this is what we're creating. Now, for the lower frequencies that have been rampant on this planet for a long time, only in the leadership positions, that's dissipating. And we all know that those lower frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies, would like nothing more but to eliminate life on the planet. So we all know that. But we also know that we're in a much greater number than they can possibly imagine. That we are not zombified, just walking the planet with no direction. And that we have become more and more clear on how we would like to exist on this planet. And we're moving energy into form. And the energy into form is a paradise, where the civilization moves off the planet and explores and ends up on other planets. The way things have been designed by all of us, by the collective consciousness of all existence, the way things have been designed are that everything is in balance. It only gets out of balance when it's interfered with. Then it is brought upon the civilization of whatever planet it may be that fear is instigated, worry, stories, and configurations, and falsities, and dishonesties. We all know that with consciousness comes dishonesty. So we choose to go to, in conscious state, to full honesty rather than dishonesty. The reason this planet became so misconfigured is because those who became conscious embraced dishonesty rather than honesty. And that's what happened. That's why everything is so miscombobulated. Now, I know a lot of people are vibrating their frequencies, and they're communicating with themselves that I want and desire to live in a paradise. I'm going to live in this body. I'm going to exist in this body. And eventually this body is going to be immortal. So I desire to live in a paradise. And when I mean living in a paradise is how I've designed it for myself. Okay? Because understand, you're part of everyone and everyone's part of you. So each of us, can you imagine this? Each of us designing a paradise for ourselves. Okay? Can you imagine the diversity of that paradise. No wonder this would be called the God planet. The diversity of the paradise would be, for most who are still asleep, would be unfathomable. The beauty, the clean air, the beautiful soil, the water, the flowers, the wildlife. I mean, absolutely. And on top of it, we would no longer fear being eaten by animals or pursued, because all animals on this planet would be interactive. And obviously, there would be attrition through natural progression that for food supplies for the different species. But in this paradise, with the variance of each of us designing this paradise, and okay, you understand what this means. It means that we are governing ourselves, we are thinking for ourselves, and we are leading ourselves by doing this, by moving energy into form to create a paradise for all of us. And all of us deserve the best of everything. Each and every one of us deserve the best of everything. Why, why would we design it any other way? We wouldn't. The only thing that would design that is dishonesty. That's how things are designed, from the dishonesty embracement. And we operate from the full honesty through full consciousness. This is why we are moving energy into form to create our paradise on this planet. And to then eventually we would reach out beyond this planet and interact with other civilizations. Quite exciting for all of us, quite exciting. And we begin to move forward progression at breakneck speed. Not hurry, nothing to do with hurry. It's just that we accelerate everything. We're like a turtle on high speed. So we're taking in everything, and we're really pragmatic and methodical about it. And we're taking everything in. But we're moving energy into form. We're creating this paradise. And we're doing it. We're doing that. We're creating a paradise. And all of us that choose to will participate in it. Along with this, many of us will create phenomenal value for the civilization. And through creating paradise, that involves everything, so that people do what they enjoy doing across the board. Won't happen overnight, but it will begin to progress. People will see other people in their joy. No one will be jealous. No one will be envious, because they will know who and what they are. And in genuineness, when you see someone else in joy, you are in joy. Period. So you can see how this can lift the billions of the population into paradise. Paradise isn't a concept. It is a frequency. It is a frame of mind, so to speak, because we can create anything we desire. And once that is fully embraced and understood without doubt from the ego mind, we will create effortlessly. Now, only we can do that. Now, the lower dark matter frequencies, they create something which is the opposite of what we create. So we understand that. Unfortunately for them, they are way outnumbered, and they always have been. So what we do is that we flood them with love, and we continue to create our paradise. Can you imagine how exciting that is for us to have this paradise for everyone to experience it? It's absolutely phenomenal. What does that mean? Creating a paradise, before we can be in it, we must create it. And creating paradise means that all aspects, all facets are fulfilled. And we have such a diversity of gods on this planet that when they do sit down and really immerse themselves in creating the paradise that they choose and they desire to be in, and they operate from full conscious honesty, it's going to be just absolutely phenomenal. Whatever you can imagine, go 1,000 times beyond that. And a lot of things aren't spent in this direction. If you understand, most of us are distracted, heavy duty. Have you ever noticed that the civilization as a whole is constantly kept in imbalance, distracted all the time, so that we cannot concentrate on who and what we are, so that we are literally absorbed in the externality of existence. Now, I know that all of us look at the paradise as, why wouldn't we? We're in these bodies. Why wouldn't we desire to exist in a paradise? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we desire that everybody in their own way, shape, and form have embraced, discovered, and embraced their joys? Where everyone governs themselves. This is the next step for all of us. It really, truly is. We've come out of the darkness of dishonesty into the light of honesty. And what we're doing is that we realize that we can move energy into form and create exactly what we desire to exist with or in. And that is creating a paradise. This meditation is pretty simply put, creating a paradise. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. When we're in relaxation, when we move into a relaxation, a true one, not a false one, but true relaxation, we are completely connected to Source because we let go of everything. We aren't thinking about anything. We're not wondering about anything. We're not moving into the future. We aren't dragging our past into the future to create our future from our past. We are not entertaining the ego mind, the subconscious mind. We just are. We just simply are being. And the flood from the universe and the abundance just comes flowing in effortlessly. You see, when we relax, move into silence, we aren't blocking ourselves. We aren't standing in our own ways. Everything flows. Now, I'm not saying that this is a simple, easy process, but I'll tell you one thing. Once you master it, you'll never, ever want to leave it. That's exactly what happened with Buddha. Once he mastered it, he never wanted to leave it. He wasn't connected to the outside world. He wasn't distracted by it. He was within himself. He was with the God, the One, in total relaxation and harmony and balance. And all of us, if we choose for ourselves, can move into that silence, period. So when we do that, we relax the body. When we talk with our bodies and communicate with our bodies respond. So we literally are moving the body, and the body is a friend. So it relaxes. Doesn't feel threatened or in harm's way, because we're expressing the love that we are. So the body relaxes. What is the next thing we do? We move into the now. And the now stills the mind, which helps us sustain our relaxation. Because the less chatter, the less noise, incessant thoughts from the mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, are literally silenced. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in the now and you silenced everything? You weren't worrying about anything. You weren't thinking about anything. You left the mind alone and you just are. You just be. And all you do is listen. That's it. And when you can get to this place within you, that's when you open up the floodgates, and all of the things that you've been scraping, banging, wishing, praying for come flowing in. Because when you do that, you stop the interference that you give yourself and block the very flow of abundance and wealth and happiness and joy that is a natural flow for each of us. So being in the now is so powerful and important. Relaxing the body, being in the now, not the future, not the past, but just the now, the moment-to-moment existence. Whatever you're doing in the moment, you're focused on. Each moment you focus on. You aren't even looking at the future or the past. You are just in the now. By doing this, you continue to still the mind, and you're able to progress with yourself. And you're able to understand that this quiet, this beingness, is your key to total connection with the flow of source creation, pure consciousness. Now also, we want to breathe. We want to breath in through our noses and out our mouths. And our breath is so powerful and important. It sustains these biological vessels. It calms us and relaxes us. You see how everything, these three avenues that we prepare ourselves with, interact with each other, complement one another. They're not separate, they're one. And when we begin to breathe, we breath in. We're breathing in divine positive energy. It's divine positive energy. Have you ever sighed? Have you ever taken a deep breath and let it out? Someone says to you, "Is there anything wrong?" And you go, "No, I'm just relaxing." That's it. And it's automatic with the body and you and your God that you do that. So as we breath in this divine positive energy, and that's exactly what it is, we begin to visualize that we're pulling this breath as we take it in through our sacral chakra, where it begins. We pull it in And for those of you who don't know where the sacral chakra is, it's in the groin area. So as we pull this through the sacral chakra, this breath that we pull into our bodies, and we go all the way up the center of the chakras, through the heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, crown, and we bring it, we feel it, because we move it up, and we take this pure energy, and it's underneath our skull cap, and it floats right above the pineal gland. And for a moment, for a few seconds, I am light, I am love, I am, we condense it, we pressurize it into pure liquid. This positive divine energy frequency into pure liquid, and then we release it over the pineal gland. And it saturates the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is being nurtured and is expanding. It's going from a prune to a fully vibrating energy. And understand that our pineal gland is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness, and it is the gateway to beyond pure consciousness. For it is up to each and every one of us to determine what journey within we choose to take. You feel how empowering this is, and you want to do it at least 6 times while I'm talking. So you pull it in, up, over, saturate, down, and you continually do this. It's in a circle, a cycle. And it's very powerful energy, especially when you condense it into liquid form. Now, honestly and obviously, we have our ego minds that continually try to interfere with us, to cause us to stand in our own way, to give us thought that we embrace, create into reality that stops us from experience the flow of the universe, the flow of abundance, the flow of joy and bliss. And we know this. We have the knowledge of our ego mind. So it is basically, and sometimes we can say it 50, 60, 70 times, 80 times or more in a day, in 24 hours. You sit there and say, ego mind, you are not in charge here. I am, so please take a seat. So in the ego mind, many of us don't even get to that point. We just allow ourselves to be controlled by it. So to it is totally blown away that we have acknowledged it in an intimate way, in a loving way, and that we know that it does not have the power to guide us anymore. And slowly but surely it begins to dissipate. Doesn't do it overnight, but through practice eventually, the ego mind is forever asleep. Now, we are with the heart mind. Each of us choose to be, not the ego mind. We are also with our God. Total, full, conscious honesty. And the body. So we are one. And we are the heaven on this earth. And we are creating the paradise to exist with. Now we have others with us. Right now we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels. This is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency. And yes, it's a civilization. Now, they've been with us since the beginning. We don't see them like we see each other. We feel them. We even can smell them. And we can interact with them, converse with them. And as if you were conversing with one of your friends or family members. They're no higher than we are. They vibrate at a different frequency. They're all part of the one. Sometimes they come in humanoid form to give us a message. It's great. Sometimes you can have 50, 60,000 surround any one of us at one time. That's phenomenal. They're consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love and from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. This is important. And we have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth, many, many, many more. And these are those who have mastered ascension out of body, beheld their God form. What is God form? Pure consciousness. Now they stay around to help us. I'll tell you what, we're never alone, but to have such friends is phenomenal. There are no expectations and no attachments between any of us. We just are, and we are pure love. Now, we ascend into body to experience physical form. Why wouldn't we create a paradise in physical form so we could enjoy the most of it? That's what we're doing. So, they are of the highest, they are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. So are we. All three groups of us are. And all three groups come together, arm in arm, hand in hand, so to speak, and we form a circle of light, a halo, embracing the equator of this planet Earth. We're light. It's the high frequency of deepest eternal love and gratitude. This is what brings the light. This light is so different than any light on this planet. It is depth, it's density, it's brilliance, and it is so powerful that it grays out the darkness of space. The sun in this solar system looks like a dim light compared to this halo, this circle of light. Now, as we begin to levitate up above the planet, slowly, and then as we do this, we come in contact with a gossamer field that's everywhere. And this field is filled with a multitude of vibrant, reflective colors. So it's like glitter flashing everywhere. And we're reminded, Archangel Raphael's emerald green flaming healing light. This is the column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. We have the white fire. This is the same brilliant light that encases us. It's our armor. And this armor is sustained through our intent and commitment to continually maintain high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, and benevolence. Now, if we choose to, and lower our frequencies enough, these lower dark matter frequencies will come in, create havoc, dishonesty. But we have the purple transmuting flame. This is the column that reminds us that we can bring this purple transmuting flame in, and we can transmute all of these lower dark matter frequencies that have invaded into neutral light substance, which then we send off to pure consciousness, to source creation, for basically being reabsorbed and completely cleansed for repurposing. We also have the violet ray, which is the column that reminds us that we can bring this in right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can purify the area that had been invaded and mitigated by the purple transmuting flame. This brings our frequencies back up to balanced capacity of deep eternal love and eternal gratitude. So our fire, our armor, is reinstated. So you see, it is our choice. We also have the golden white pink light of source creation, of that which created prime source creator God, Father, Father God, the feminine and masculine, all of us. Pure consciousness. Now, as we continue to go up, we see this massive column that we created. It's larger than the solar system. Now, the column at the peak, in 360 degrees, it's flowing with a golden, shimmering array of liquid frequencies. And these are literally deep, pure, eternal love and gratitude. They're just flowing and saturating all things. All of us, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, and this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. And it's throughout this whole solar system. The solar system is being transformed. You will start hearing about that shortly. So, those of us carrying physical form step outside our bodies, and we float effortlessly above ourselves, our physical vessels. And we immediately call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those that are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, and are consciously aware of this, can join us in this meditation, this now, in the circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions. Every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. And we are the love. And we are the God. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Full, conscious honesty. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Lagarta, all of these civilizations, many, many, many of them, only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude, can join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. and we are the God, and we are the love. Therefore, we are full conscious honesty. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the off-worlders, galactics, all of those, only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, and are consciously aware of this, join us in this meditation, this now, in the circle of light. Just to name a fraction of our familiarity with them, in 4 civilizations, there are many, many, many more. Pleiadians, Syrians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence, and they come in the billions. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. How are they assisting us? They are part of us, as we are them. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest, of deepest eternal love. And we are the one, we are the God, and we are the love, and our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have been in, that we have inhabited, that we have existed. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. Then they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And they join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest, of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest, of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the God, we are the love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude, to join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Just to name a few of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions. Colors, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, of many of which we have never ever seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love, which in turn, full conscious honesty. And we are the one, and we are the love, and we are the God, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. It is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations in perpetual motion. The deepest of eternal love and gratitude, happiness, joy, and bliss, all full conscious honesty of the highest high of highest frequencies. It is literally flooding us. Picture that. Visualize it in your heart minds. Over 800 of deep eternal love and gratitude transmitted from millions of us on a daily basis, constantly showering, flooding, and bathing all of us in the highest of deepest eternal love and the deepest eternal gratitude and full conscious honesty. You can feel it. It's always. That is why that this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify every day. And it continues to expand every day. It does not stop. It continues to grow. And because of this, and what we have created so far, we are moving now into the paradise that we are creating in this now. Each and every one of us contributing to this paradise because of what we desire and the joy that we see and feel for each of us to be part of it. So each of us are creating the paradise for each other. The diversity is immeasurable. The love is immeasurable. And the joy is immeasurable. And the full conscious honesty is immeasurable. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. We literally experience all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes, all coming together. All of these gods, all of these people are also being flooded from over 800 meditations constantly of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude and full conscious honesty. And we continue to intensify, and we continue to expand. And the paradise we are creating is soon to move into reality. Join in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. you.